Welcome back to the Crypto Report. I'm Blacksea, and I have another video for you guys. Today, I want to talk about Bitcoin because Bitcoin needs to make a decision. So without further ado, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. Let's hop into this video. So guys, right now Bitcoin is trading at $68,324, up about 1% on the day. Bitcoin dominance sitting at 51.98%. When you exclude stablecoins, we're basically sitting at 54%. Basically where we've been trading at for the past couple weeks here, but we did see quite a drawdown yesterday, and we've eaten about a quarter of it back up. But Bitcoin is sitting at a very, very important level, and I want to talk about that, guys, because Bitcoin is right on the edge of a decision. We are starting to spill over a little bit. We have had a little bit of a correction, and that is okay. That is okay. I'm not saying that the bull market's over, but I am saying that I think it's important that we move into a corrective period, and I think that may be happening right now. If there's a big if we do not stay above this $66,000, $67,000 price level on the daily, and we break below this channel right here, we probably will spill over a little bit back into this green box and probably test the lower end of it around 60,000. But I really don't see a drawdown happening larger than $60,000 unless it's a big wick to the downside, which will probably be eaten back up and bring us back up to 60K. But that being said, yes, we are trading at 68,000. We did come down. We did have quite the wick down to about $64,600. So we did come below that 65K level, which in my opinion is very, very strong support. But the daily candles are starting to tell a story that we need to correct a little bit. We need to cool off. When we look over on the weekly, that is basically the most important thing for us to be looking at right now. The weekly still shows significant bullish trend, guys. Significant bullish price action. But that being said, yesterday I was a little bit worried. I was a little bit worried because we were trading at that $65,000 price level. And if we have a weekly candle close, which closes in 6 hours, below $65,000, well then, unfortunately, on the weekly term time frame, I shouldn't say unfortunately for the bulls, for people that are betting on the market going up, that would indicate that we are going to have a little bit of a cool-off period on the higher term time frames, on the weekly. And I will also say that that's not the end of the world for the bulls. We need to calm down a little bit in this market. We need a little bit more sideways price action. We need this very irrational rally to trade sideways into the halving, which is only about 4 or 5 weeks away, so that we can have a very, very nice, big bull run. We can't just go straight up right now, guys. If we go straight up right now, I'll say it, the bull market's going to get cut short. And I know none of us want to see that. That being said, I think it's important that if you've been in this market since the bear market, that you've been taking profits along the way, especially when you start to see moves like this, some big vertical moves basically, to be taking some off the table. I'm not saying 50%, I'm not saying large percentages, whatever you feel comfortable with. But in my opinion, taking profits on the way up is the most successful strategy in my mind to garner profits. Because I'm going to tell you, I'm going to be honest, guys, 99% of you are not going to time the top. It's about taking the majority out near the top, within the 10% of the top. When we come up to 150,000 or 175,000, that you take profit at 160 or 150 or even 100. Taking profit on the way up is going to help you achieve that goal. And then you obviously keep moon bags, 10% of the position that you think, well, just in case we go to the moon. And then when it puts a zero on, I'll take some profit, something like that. That's the strategy I like to follow. It's not financial advice, but that strategy has worked out the best for me. And guys, I have been taking profit along the way. I've taken profit on all my meme coins. I've taken profit on even some of my spot positions on Solana and even some Bitcoin that I bought back at the bottom around $16,000 Bitcoin when Solana was $8. I took some profit along the way. I took some profit at $180 Solana when we were breaking above $60,000 on Bitcoin. I'm still very, very exposed because I think this bull market has a lot more room to go to the upside. But just because I think that the bull market has a lot more room to go to the upside doesn't mean that I think that we're not going to see pullbacks. And that's exactly what we're seeing right now. We're seeing a little bit of a pullback. And I will say, everyone's kind of freaking out about this move from 75,000 to where we're at now, which is a 12% move. I'm going to be honest with you guys. This is nothing. This is nothing. If we get a true bull market pullback, you can see pullbacks of anywhere from 20 to 50% on the way up. Like back in 2021, on the way up, 30% drawdown in the span of 2 weeks. That can happen. And I'll tell you what, guys, I'm leaning into the idea that we do see that 20% correction around the halving. I'm not going to say pre-halving because we're cutting it pretty close, but around the halving. I think that a 20%, 30% drawdown is on the table. Right now we're at a 12% drawdown. And it's a little bit more significant than those quick wicks that we've been seeing on the way up. This is turning into a multi-day deviation in the trend. But when you really zoom out on the higher term time frame, trend is a strong word. We are still in a significant uptrend. We are in a significant uptrend. But I do think that we could see. I'm not trying to be a big bear, but it would be a good thing to see a pullback from this new all-time high. A 25, 30% drawdown would bring us to about 51,000. I know that sounds absolutely brutal, and it is brutal. It's tough. The bull markets can be harder than the bear markets sometimes. But just know that those dips are massive opportunities, guys. The market is very, very frothy right now. It needs to cool off a little bit. And now, I'll say this too. There's invalidations. Do I think that we're going to go straight there right now? No. What I was saying at the beginning of the video, if we stay above $65,000 on the weekly, and on the daily we stay above that $67,000, guys, the bottom of this correction may be in. You need to keep that in mind. But there's always invalidations that we need to be looking at. And if we do see that spillover below 67,000 on the daily, and we see that spillover below 65,000 on the weekly, then, well, we're probably in for a longer correction. But I keep saying this. I need to nail this down to you guys that getting this pre-halving correction or even a little bit post-halving correction shows that the 4-year cycle is intact still, which means that we have much more upside and much more time left in this bull market, guys. We want to see that. I know it hurts when you're watching it happen, but you want to see that play out right now because, well, the prices are going to go higher and you're going to make more money. I do want to take a quick look at Crocoin as well because Crocoin is bouncing a little bit after quite the spillover. I mean, Crocoin is notorious for this. Makes big explosive moves to the upside, and a lot of it gets eaten up immediately. A 30% drawdown from its wick up to about 18 cents. Now we're sitting at about 14 cents. Guys, you gotta be patient with Crocoin. I see some of you guys in the comments getting upset and saying it's lagging so hard. Yeah, but it is lagging versus Bitcoin versus Crow versus Bitcoin. But it's important to know that, in my opinion, Crocoin doesn't really move until retail really shows up to the party and until the masses start paying attention to crypto. The first thing they do is they go on Google, they search crypto.com, they search crypto, not even crypto.com. The first thing that comes up is crypto.com, and that's Crocoin, guys. Be prepared for those big moves to the upside, but until then, keep a very, very close eye on this price. We need to see these daily candle closes closing above $67,000. We need to see a little bit of a curl back up here. Come back and test this high if you want to see this move basically be a short-term flush out instead of a short-term corrective period. We need to see that close above 67,000. But guys, if you like this type of content, please hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel right now. Also, go follow me on Instagram at 333Blacksea. When I reach 100 followers here, I'm going to give away $100 worth of Crocoin to one of the 100 followers. So go follow me there. Also, check out some awesome referral links we have down below. We have a $4,100 sign-up bonus to Femex. All you got to do is click the link below this video, deposit, trade a little bit, and you can get up to $4,100 in free money. That's all I got for you guys. Be careful. Everything's okay right now. Be patient. If you haven't been taking profit along the way, be patient. We're probably going to see a move to the upside as long as we don't see these corrections keep moving to the downside, and as long as we don't go into a corrective period. But that's all I got for you. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.